Hello! In this video, we are going to study order of adjectives while we talk about some interesting facts in some Latin American countries. I'd like to ask you to do this first. Please classify the following adjectives according to the category they refer to. So you have a list of adjectives, and these are the categories. Size, which of those adjectives refer to size? Age, shape, color, and origin. Okay, take a moment, please. Pause my video, complete the activity, and I'll show you the answers in a moment. All right, thank you very much for having paused my video and for having completed the activity. Let's compare your answers with mine. Size. So we have little and vast. It's like big and small. Age, ancient, which is like old, and recent, which is new. Shape will be long and thin. Color, we have clear, which is like transparent, and dark. Origin, we have Greek and Thai, from Thailand and Greece. All right, thank you very much for having completed that. Let's read this text together. All right, the instruction reads, read the following text about cultural differences in Latin American countries. It says, Latin America is composed of 19 countries in Central and South America, which are as diverse as the geography of their lands, means that all the countries are different. Each country has unique local traditions, so unique means that they are special, local, meaning that they belong to that region or that country only. Local traditions that set them apart, that make them different from each other. Although Spanish dominates in most countries, so the Spanish language is the most common in most countries, there may be significant differences in the dialect and vocabulary. It's the way they speak, the language they use, and the words that they use. Vocabulary of one country and that of its neighbor, means the country next to it. Even a word that you have used for decades, for more than 10 years, may have acquired an opposite brand new meaning, means a different, very new meaning in a group of people in your own hometown. That means some people may give a word a special meaning according to what they want to express with that word. All right, and that may be happening right now. It has happened to me many times, both in English and in Spanish. All right, let's make sure that you understand this text. This is a very easy question. Without looking at the text, how many countries make up Latin America? Remember the number? 19, yes. What sets apart these countries? What makes them different? Remember, unique local traditions. Well, language. No, not necessarily so apart, but let's say unique local traditions. That is what makes them really different from each other. All right, I told you that we were going to look at order of adjectives, and as you may see in the text, we had these phrases. It said unique local traditions. Okay, we have unique and local, which are characteristics of traditions. How do we know if it is correct to say local unique traditions or unique local traditions? Did you know that that is an issue in English? Order of adjectives, which goes first, which is closest to the noun, or opposite brand new meaning? Is it brand new opposite meaning? We don't know. How do we know? How do we know? We follow this simple rule. First, of course, we have the determiner, as you can see. For example, when we say my, all right? General and then specific and then the noun. So if we have an adjective that is general, the general adjective goes far from the noun and the specific adjective goes close to the noun. For example, if I say, my beautiful silver spoon, for example. My beautiful silver spoon. Beautiful is something general, and silver is something very specific to the spoon. So silver is a very specific characteristic, and that's why it goes close to spoon, to the noun. All right? If we say those old metal pencils, for example, those old metal pencils. Those is the determiner. Old is more general than metal because metal is something that sets those pencils apart from other pencils. These are metal, not plastic, for example. All right, let me show you this chart here that gives you an idea about all the different categories that the adjectives may refer to when they are determining, when they are qualifying, let's say that, a noun. All right, let me tell you, we usually don't have more than 2 or 3 adjectives before a noun, but this is just an example. Let's see, for example, we are describing a hat. We're describing my hat. So the determiner is going to be my. My, and if we say my huge Mexican hat, why do we say huge? Because size goes before origin. The characteristics go like this. First, it could be opinion, something that we can say that is very subjective because it's my opinion. For example, impressive, my impressive Mexican hat, my beautiful hat, my striking round hat. You see, opinion is the most general thing that we can have because it is not very specific, because many things could be beautiful, many things can be impressive, etc. All right? Now, then we have size, like huge, enormous, large. Then we have words that refer to age. For example, if we're talking about a hat, we say new or old. Shape, round, square, thin, etc. Right? Color, not only the colors, like blue, red, white, yellow, blue, but words that refer to color. For example, colorful, clear, transparent, etc. Origin, so where it comes from, Mexican, Japanese, Indian, etc. Material, straw, metal, wooden, leather, silver, etc. All right? And finally, the most specific characteristic that we can have for an adjective is purpose, what it is used for. Sometimes that is part of the word. For example, we never say just hat, but we may say party hat or dining table. You see? Even living room. We never separate living from room because that is what makes the room the living room. So it is something that it is inseparable, let's say. A biker jacket. So it is a biker jacket, period. All right? So that purpose is the most specific characteristic and it goes right next to the noun. It is easy for us to remember the order of the adjectives if we remember this acronym, OSAS COM. Or let's read it, OSAS COM. All right, OSAS. Remember, think of the bears, a female bear, and comp. Just think of something that reminds you of comp, like compensation. Oh, yeah, company. OSAS company. OSAS comp. All right. So, if you pay attention to the adjectives that you're using, you may always have to stop and think which goes first. For native speakers, and when you have more experience using adjectives, it will come natural. It will just sound better, right? People say, it just sounds better to say unique local traditions. Why? Oh, unique is something general, and local, oh, it refers to where it comes from, like origin, let's say. So, but we don't say local unique traditions. Local unique traditions doesn't sound right. Why doesn't it sound right? Because it doesn't correspond to this chart. For somebody who doesn't speak English as their native tongue, it would be harder to just get the hunch, just get the feeling that something is right or wrong. So we have to learn it. So I would like to invite you to take a moment to think about different adjectives that would fit in each of the categories and learn the acronym, learn the order, and practice from now on. For practice, I have this activity for you. Arrange each set of words to form a meaningful sentence. The key here is that there will be at least 2 adjectives, because that is what it's normal for us to encounter in a sentence. We don't have more than 3 adjectives. It's too hard for the mind to process all those adjectives. So, all right, you have some sentences. I want you to look at them. There are 5. And take a piece of paper, write them down in the correct order, and I'll show you the answers in a moment. So please pause my video, complete the activity, and I'll see you in a moment. All right. Thank you very much for completing the activity. I really hope that you did. So let's look at the answers. The first one is, Mexico is famous for its rich ancient culture. Oh, by the way, if we have 2 adjectives that belong to the same category, we use commas to separate that. Instead of saying rich ancient culture, we had 2 general adjectives. For example, for its rich, impressive culture, or outstanding. Rich is an objective opinion, a subjective opinion about the culture, in the same way as outstanding or wonderful will be subjective. So both belong to the same category, and in that way we differentiate them, or we just write them with commas. That is the way it works. All right. Next, Colca Canyon is a deep natural canyon in Peru. Deep natural canyon. So natural canyon would be like the specific term for that canyon. So deep, which refers to, what would that be? Like size? Yeah. So in that case, size goes before something specific. All right. Tarpui Raimi, or Raimi, is a colorful indigenous festival in Ecuador. Colorful indigenous festival. So it is very specific. It's an indigenous festival. All right. And colorful could refer to color. Tango is an elegant Argentinian dance. Elegant, that would be subjective opinion. Argentinian origin, dance originated in the 1880s. The largest, that is size, the largest swimming pool. Swimming is purpose, so it goes close to pool, in the world is in Algarrobo, a coastal Chilean city. So coastal would be something general that we're describing about that city, and Chilean is the origin. All right. Thank you very much for having accompanied me to review these answers. And let's pronounce now. Let's practice our pronunciation. I am going to pause my video so that you can listen and pronounce after the native speaker. All right. Listen to him. Repeat after him. Go ahead.
Mexico is famous for its rich, ancient culture. Colca Canyon is a deep natural canyon in Peru. Tarpui Raimi is a colorful indigenous festival in Ecuador. Tango is an elegant Argentinian dance originated in the 1880s. The largest swimming pool in the world is in Algarrobo, a coastal Chilean city.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much for having practiced your pronunciation. And remember that we have some order of adjectives in English that we have to follow so that our descriptions may be more accurate. All right. Thank you very much for your attention and for your work. And I'll see you in the next video.